That then speaks to that question around inequality, right? And the perceptions around inequality. And Sunday Times, you saw the article in Sunday Times, I'm sure,
yes,
with the Secretary General of the party and the yacht that docked on Robben Island. Was it an ANC decision to say that the Secretary General must use?
That is a peripheral issue.
Sure.
That is a very peripheral issue. Because the issue is a delegation of the ANC visits Robben Island.
Yes.
The president go to the Mandela cell, and that is the highlight of that visit.
Should be.
Yes, that is the highlight. It should not be. It is. And that is where the highlight is. People visit the Robben Island, the ANC go to all the areas, they read the history. How Mbalula, the Secretary General of the ANC, goes there cannot be the main focus of the visit. Okay.
But we're speaking about inequality and pervasive...
No. Well, let me give you this example. Let me say there's a meeting in Bloemfontein, and the delegation goes in a taxi, and I'm left behind. I don't think it should be the focus of the visit to Bloemfontein that somebody takes me in a car and rush me to Bloemfontein. It cannot be. The focus is that a delegation of the ANC visited Robben Island and took very important lessons of the history of Robben Island and the impact it has had in the history of the revolution and the struggle for South Africa. And the Robben Island that shaped a number of people who became a think tank for the revolution. That is the focus. How Mbalula goes there cannot be the main focus.
Yeah. So was it an ANC-sanctioned decision to say that you're going to use this yacht to go to Robben Island and then...
No, there was no ANC meeting that took that decision. So don't make it an ANC decision. There was no such a meeting. We had the NEC, I attended that NEC. There was no decision about yacht or any other mode of transport. That's not a decision. But what is important is that it was reported in the NSA that a delegation will go to Robben Island, and that delegation did go to Robben Island.
I'm just trying to remember now the NEC member who was in conversation, Donald Silamulele, last night told Xoli Mgambi that this was actually arranged by the ANC. The transport was arranged by the ANC.
The ANC is an organization. It has departments. I would imagine that in the operations...
So it could be an ANC decision?
It could be an ANC operational decision in the offices.
So it is an ANC decision?
It's not an NEC decision of the ANC. That's where the highest decision making is taking place.
So as the chairperson of the ANC, what do you then read into this? Are you saying that there's absolutely nothing wrong with it?
No.
It was just the mode of transport that was being used?
No. What I read from it is that it should not be attributed to the ANC.
But it's an ANC decision.
No, Alton, look at this. If you want to make that the ANC decision, I will know that there's an element of mischief there. Okay, there's an element of mischief there. I will understand that because I'm old enough to understand that. The actual decision of the ANC is a delegation of ANC leaders will go to Robben Island and visit Robben Island and take various lessons from there. If in the process one of the officials take a yacht with a businessman to that place, cannot be the ANC decision. It can be an issue of that official taking a yacht to go there. Ideally, everybody should be in that ferry. Okay. Ideally, everybody should be in that ferry. But there is this sideshow that attracts attention away from the focus of the visit.
How are you going to deal with that sideshow? Is it there?
No, we'll deal with that when we meet and we'll discuss.
Is it today?
No, we're not meeting today.
You're not meeting this Monday?
We're not meeting today.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you'll deal with it in which sense?
When we meet, we'll discuss and try to find out what happened and so forth, because it is not an NEC decision. Okay. That is where we sit. I'm not running the administration. I'm not running organizing. I'm not running logistics. If they take that decision that the secretary must go in a yacht to Robben Island, they take that decision. It is within the ANC, but it's not an ANC decision.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What image do you think it leaves people with, considering that, for instance, when the NEC statement starts off, it starts off with the president reflecting that where we are right now, he says that this is where wealth and poverty converge. It's a convergence of wealth and poverty, where theft was committed. And the argument that you made earlier on about the inequality in the Western Cape, what message do you think that sends?
Now, the message, all the message that it says to all of us is our ability to be sensitive to perception. Okay, we must be sensitive to perception because perception is real. Okay, that is the message I'm taking from it. But the main issue is that the focus can never be on the yacht. It should be on the delegation visiting Robben Island. It should be a vision of the president of the ANC sitting in Mandela cell and communicating from there and beginning to go to the quarry and understand how that quarry was used to humiliate great brains of the ANC. Okay. That's what should be the focus.
On strengthening the fight against crime and corruption and building safe communities, there is Operation Shanyela, which continues, as the president says in that statement, to sweep crimes out of communities across the country. And Operation Vala Umkoti, which is dealing decisively with illegal mining activities. Yes. We know what's happening in Stilfontein. And one of the organizations there, Macau, accusing the government of massacring. They say that this is a massacre, it is a genocide. Those are the words that they are throwing about. As a leader of society for the ANC, how do you respond to this? And also the ability of its own deployees like yourself to say, how do we deal with the issue around illegal mining in the country?
Aldrin, one of the things that surprises me in South Africa is when South Africans will throw human rights at the center of criminal activity. That worries me. Because it means once you throw human rights at the heart of a criminal activity, it means you are preaching tolerance for criminality. That's what we should do. And Makua should also take more care not to promote criminality and say we must protect criminality against justice and fairness. I have consistently making the point that the question of illegal mining is a criminal activity. When they said mining must deal with it, I said, then you will have to tell finance department to deal with cash highs. Those are equal criminal activity. You know that question of trade of illicit minerals is estimated to be about 60 billion in 2024. That is a lot of leakage from the value of the economy. And therefore, we cannot be merciful in dealing with that criminal activity. We must deal with it as a crime and appreciate that people are underground. It's a voluntary entering into a risky place. It's a voluntary activity by an individual who goes to a dangerous place voluntarily. When I was a trade unionist, one of the things that I fought for, it is in the law today, is that miners must refuse to enter a dangerous place. That is the law today.
Yeah, well, some say that they have been abducted, they have been kidnapped and so forth, that they were misled and so forth. But those are other issues that will be dealt with at a later stage. But I want to bring in the aspect about the owners of Biffelfontein's mine, Harmony Gold. They stopped operations in 2015. They still don't have a closure certificate. Shouldn't they be the ones who are responsible too?
There is Buffalo's Gold. Yeah. It's a company on its own, which is operated by Chinese. So it's not a derelict and ownerless mine. That's why in the discussion of the rescue operation, we dragged them in and said, you must be part of this. If you say you still have no money to operate this area, but you must be here and take responsibility, and then we'll see how to assist the operation. But it is not a derelict and ownerless mine. So it's not Harmony, it is Buffalo's Gold.
Buffalo's Gold.
Yes.
Okay. So are they funding this current operation?
No, that current operation, they take the responsibility. But we had to raise funds from various sources, including my department, by the way. Including my department. We raised the fund, we had to talk to the Mineral Council, we had to talk to many people to fund the operation. But Buffalo's Gold, we have consistently said, take the responsibility, because when you take shape in your operation, you'll have to refund us.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Okay. A final, are you at liberty to share the amount?
No.
You can't?
I can't.
It's not the 12 million rand that has been reported?
I don't know how much it is, because it will depend. It's a moving target. Okay. For example, we say we are giving a notice of 10 days. But the operators have come up with, as I said, maybe it may take a bit longer. So that means that is a moving target. You can't say it's this amount.
Okay. Final one is on last year, the NWC, this issue around the KZN as well as Gauteng, the decision on whether to disband or not, and the 3 options that the Secretary General has said is available. What happens now?
The NWC will have to meet and take a firm decision and go to the NEC, and the NEC takes a decision.
Also, the NWC is meeting?
Yes.
Today?
Not today.
Not today.
Yes.
Okay, so there's going to be an NWC meeting.
Yes.
Does the NWC then say that this is the report that we submit to the NEC and this is our recommendation?
The NWC processes every work that goes to the NEC and make recommendation, and the NEC takes decision.
Okay, then. Thank you so much.